This fitting is made for the refrigeration industry. This fitting is a water fitting. Our fitting is not a water fitting that was modified to be done in refrigerants. This is a new concept of refrigeration fitting. Main difference on this is hard copper, this is soft copper. And the reason for it, if any of you have seen these fittings for the water applications before or used the fittings, it's a totally different concept. In here, you will do an hexagonal press that actually will deform the tubing inside.
The press fitting that you're competing with is a water fitting.
Yes, sir.
It's essentially, yes.
It is this that you're seeing, and this is ours.
And this is soft copper, and this is a total hard
copper.
Okay. Soft copper is an advantage.
It is. Copper that you use on plumbing is either K, L, or M, and it's hard copper. Pressures in plumbing for water is about, maximum pressure will be about 250 PSI. For refrigerants, when you do a hard press on copper, you're gonna have some very small cracks on the system. The life cycle of this fitting for refrigerants is about 2 years.
Well, that's all.
That's all. And the reason is those cracks on the piping, and they are microscopic cracks on the copper, deforming the whole fitting. The other difference on this is we do long radius elbows in anything we do versus a short radius elbows. And in refrigerants, this is what you need, because having a short radius is going to give you a loss of pressure, loss of efficiency. And there's to this, when you're using short radius, you have to start adding copper piping to the system to compensate for the loss of velocity. So, especially when you go to VRF systems, you're losing a lot of the efficiency. Versus this, not only that, you have to add up a substantial amount of copper tubing to the system to kind of compensate for it.
So all of your elbows are long radius?
All of our elbows. This was made for the plumbing industry. This is made from refrigerants. This is a copper fitting for copper tubing. This is precisely what is used in refrigeration.
Press fittings were introduced as an alternative to the way that most contractors still do it, right? Welding, soldering on the site, right? Contractors never heard of a press fitting. What are the advantages?
No fire permit. If it's a mechanical contractor, they are using this fitting right now for chilled water applications. So they know that the press systems work. You have no control how somebody's gonna sweat or braise one of them. 20 years ago, water, everything was sweat. Right now, I will tell you that it is probably 60-40 in everything that is done by contractors. So mechanicals, they know this well.
How much is the tool to get? Is that an obstacle?
I don't think anybody, jumps up and down about the fact that they have to spend $3,000 or $3,500 for a tool. But once they understand the benefits of this tool and the system and what they're getting for it, and then they realize the savings that they're gonna get from it, that obstacle then kind of goes away. There's different combinations. You can buy this case with the charger, batteries, and just the bare tool, no jaws. And then you can buy the separate jaw sets. There's an 8-jaw set that you can buy that can be used with this tool. Typical water fitting, which you press right over you center the O-ring in the middle of the jaws and you press it. We don't do it that way. When we press, we go to the outside. We don't press actually on that O-ring.
Done. Finish.
They press it before they send it to the job site.
No, not necessarily.
No.
Well, they just can't, they can though.
If each job site, and they have a long line, somebody will come in and just putting all the fittings in line. And somebody will come in with the tool and it's just press. So they have somebody cutting and preparing on the job site, and the other one pressing the fitting.
22 L.
Oh, yes.
The refrigerants.
We cover everything. said, look, I have this, so we can put this, you know, a lot of people. Hey, you have a new certified installer on the job site.
Guinness is higher.
Pretty quick.
And the ace, just slip around that, one of those rings. There you go.